Hi, I'm Reynolds. Today we're going to be planting in a 5-gallon bucket. Some things that you're going to need is the tomato, of course. We're going to need the Kelp Meal Tea. We're going to need a well-balanced fertilizer. We're going to need a bucket, 5-gallon bucket, and some fertilizer. And I picked Happy Frog potting soil because it's already got all the nutrients that we need to give us a good jump start. Feed our tomato plant with some Kelp Meal Tea. This kind of helps it with some stress, gives it a little bit of a jump start, and helps it come out of the pot a little bit easier with all of its roots attached. Then we're going to want to take our potting mix and put it in a bucket. Typically you'd want to be using maybe a decorative pot and one that's not necessarily black, because the darker the color, the more it's going to heat up, and especially if you're in a hot climate, then you really don't want that. We're going to want to make sure that we've got it plenty full, because it is going to sink down a little bit, about 1 inch from the top. Just simply dig us a little hole there. We don't need to add anything, like I said, because our potting soil already has the nutrients in it. If this was a spindly plant, we'd plant it deeper, but this guy's pretty small. We just stick it in there, and we're going to water it in well. Now, about every 2 weeks or so, we're going to want to feed it with a granule fertilizer. We don't want to do it right off the bat because, like I said, it's already got all its nutrients it needs. We're just going to sprinkle in maybe 1/4 of a cup in this 5-gallon and just work it in the surface and water it in. When you're growing in a 5-gallon bucket, you want to make sure that it stays moist and not dry out. When you're growing in pots, water drains out a lot faster than it does in your regular soil, so you'll probably be watering a couple of times a day through the summertime, maybe even 3 times a day. Here's one we planted a couple weeks ago. We planted some cucumbers in with it. They'll trail over the sides. We've got some onions in here, and the onions will kind of deter the bugs. We've got some marigolds even popped in here, and we've even got some chard in here. Once the chard is gone, everything else will pretty much take over. Keep it well fertilized, keep it well watered, because your nutrients are washed out more often, and that's all there is to growing in a 5-gallon bucket.